Hi everyone, it's T. I decided that tonight I would go for a very 60s mod look on the eyes. In the interest of time, I decided to go ahead and do one side. As you can see, one side is done, and I have already applied the false eyelashes to this side. So what I started with is I started with my Daily Moisturizer with SPF 15 by Oil of Olay. That's all underneath. And then next I went with my foundation, which is CoverGirl Outlast, and I applied it with the Magical Wedge. And I did a nice even application. And then I used, for blush, I went with a little bit of a high shimmer. I know the light is only going to allow so much of that to show, but I went with my favorite Peach Trio by CoverGirl, and I used a lot of this one this time, the highlighting one. It makes a really nice, it just adds a nice little bit of shimmer, and I did a little bit like at the end of my nose, and just some of the areas that I thought I could use a little bit more color than usual. The hair is back, so it's out of our way. So, to get things going, so I'm not here forever, wasting everyone's time and just getting to the point of the matter. With this particular eye, back in the 60s, a lot of people called it like the mod look. You would use a very heavy white base for eyeshadow. And today I used Revlon Color Stay. And the color is called Pure Pearl, and it is wonderful, and it lasts and lasts. I mean, 16-hour wear probably. So I just applied that quite heavily on my entire eye from here all the way through here. That way I can create like this dramatic little swoosh mark. I'll show you how this goes. Okay, first of all, I am also using a palette that I've had around for quite some time, and it's by L'Oreal, and it is called it's just called number 936 Blackened Smokes, and you can tell by looking at it that there was one that was really one of my favorites here, and it's got quite a bit of shimmer and almost like a glittery look. I don't know if it'll pick up in the picture, but it's very glittery and it's very easy to use, which is the reason why I'm using it, because it's easy to use. Okay, what I did is I took one of these pointy-ended cosmetic, they're like a Q-tip, but they can be used for cosmetics, and at one end it's very sharp, at the other end it's typical, you know, just typically round. And I used some of this, very easy, because I want sharp application to create this black line that I'm going to do. And basically all I want to do is even them up, because we want them to look the same on both sides. It's just a very straightforward application, heavy-handedly, very straight, and I assume this would vary depending on your eye shape. It is definitely a different kind of look. It's something different. And then just very gently blend that in, and we'll fix some of that later to smooth it out, so it looks like we want it to look. Okay, so that is the L'Oreal. After that, the next step we're going to do is our eyeliner. And I'm going to just use my trusty Maybelline Ultra Liner. We're going to go from the inside all the way out and up. And my goal here is to actually even this up quite a bit. So let's see. From the corner of the lash line all the way up. The applicator to this is not very forgiving. You need to be pretty much right exactly in the zone of what you want, because it's easy to make a mistake, and it applies quite thick. I kind of just do the same similar thing that I did in one of my other tutorials, where I just kind of take it and wisp it up. And we let that dry for a second, or 2 or 3. And later we'll get to the eyebrow here that'll finish off the look. The next thing we're going to do with our eyeliner is under here. So I've created a scoop. It's almost like an application and a line and a scoop. We're going to do the same thing on this side, and I'm going to try to have them be even. There we go. And it creates like a second line underneath. Just let that dry nicely. It's just exactly under, and then you scoop down. It's quite just the opposite of what we did up here, and then it goes scoop and then down. And you'll leave that little bit of space in between. Next you'll take, before we go to the eyebrows, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit more of our Revlon Color Stay in the pearl color. And in between the 2 grooves here, we're going to apply some of that white and just let it have some lift. It just gives it an interesting look. Okay, for the next thing, we will go back over with our brush and just very gently smooth it in. We want that black line to be there because that is actually part of the look. Then we'll go to our eyeliners, and I just used my e.l.f. eyeshadow brush with that. And actually we'll go to the eyebrows. Here we go. And I'm using the same gold brush, the gold color in the Expert Eyes. And for this, I will apply this quite a bit more heavily handed than usual, because we're wanting to get a little bit of a different shape to the brow. Heavier than you would ever wear on normal days. Okay, and then once that's applied, we'll take our brush and just very gently smooth and blend for somewhat more of a natural look. Although I'm not sure with this look, this is not really for someone who's craving a very natural look. This is just for something different. And then after that, we'll let the eyebrows sit for a second there. Then we'll go back over one more time with the Revlon Pure Pearl color, and we're just going to go a little bit around here and give support, just a little bit around here. Give a little bit of supporting. It just brightens up the face a little bit. And you can as well go under, just gently. You wouldn't want to go too thick, but just under a little bit, because this is very shimmery. I know I have undesirable light, but I mean just in general, very shimmery. And give the eye the lift that it needs. Always make sure that your wing tips are even on both sides. And for the mascara, I used falsies this time. I used falsies on my falsies. And I just took a very thin coat and just lifted up, because they didn't need much because they already had that look. But just for a little bit of the drama, I mean, they definitely look like caterpillars. So I used Maybelline Falsies for that. And then for the lips, I used the Revlon Raisin as a lip liner, and this is long lasting, and it's also by Colorstay. And this applicator's, it can give you a lot or a little depending on what you need, but I used that color in Raisin. And then I went over my lips with Maybelline's Rose Glimmer, because I thought that a pale lip would be more appropriate. Rose Glimmer, I don't know if that's really showing. It's very shimmery and very light. Probably not so much, but I went over that with the lips that I had, the lipstick I'd already applied. And then the next thing that I did is I took just a little bit of this Pearl by Revlon and just patted it on my lips. And that makes more of a shimmery look. This definitely would be an evening look or a party look. If you want to, in addition to that, to add a little bit of pop to your eyes, you can also use, I have a white eyeliner that I got. This is also part of like the affordable LA Colors line that is in white. And I believe it was $1. And if you want to, you can take that just for a little bit of extra oomph, and you can apply it to the inside of your waterline. The application of that product is fairly decent. This makes most people's eyes water very badly, no doubt. And it just adds that little bit of extra pop to your eyes. It's quite often that you'll see people do that kind of a look with a nude lip. And then just take, what I would recommend anyhow, is I would recommend taking just a little bit of setting powder, because of working with so many shimmers and shimmering colors. Actually, take a little bit of setting powder. I just use CoverGirl. I've hit pan on it, and just go around certain places that you just around your cheekbones and just in general. Maybe even a little around the brow won't hurt. That way it'll set in and hold. Okay. So we used our Olay moisturizer. We used our CoverGirl Outlast foundation. Luckily this week I haven't had any breakouts or anything, so I haven't had to worry about much in the way of cover stick or anything. I used my peach palette for blush. Revlon Colorstay Pearl, actually it was Pure Pearl, for my foundation, for my eyes. And then the next thing that I did is I used the L'Oreal palette that had the charcoal shade in it. And for my eyebrows, I used my Maybelline brush. And you could wear your hair any way you wanted to create this look. And just don't forget, ladies, if you should decide to do this bottom application here, put a little bit of the pearl or white in there. That just adds a little bit of drama to the look. And overall, I think that this should create a very 60s vibe, and it would probably look nice on anyone, but it is a very, very, very dramatic eye. And I just thought I'd share that with you. I have my hair up in my dirty bun thing, but we'll give a look at how it looks from the side view and from the front, from the other side. And overall, it creates just a fun eye and a fun look, and it's kind of a throwback to the 60s. Very basic black and white, very simple palette used for this look. If you like what you see and you would like to see more videos or have any suggestions, please subscribe. And every day I'm thinking, what can I do next to try to show something interesting? But this is definitely your mod look, so I would like to just say thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care.